Sharing images. Got a bit of a problem at the minute, a bit of an internal dilemma, especially on the old Instagram, in that I'm really concentrating on curation of Instagram and only sharing the images that I think are good for business. But then also Instagram is a creative outlet, right? It's a place to share your images, to share your art or your bangers or whatever it is that you want to share. But now photography is a business, I have to be a lot more thoughtful about what I post on Instagram. So all my street photography stuff, all the pictures of the kids, all my kind of everyday photography, I'm finding that I've not really gotten a place to share it. And I do want to share it. I don't know whether that's for, well, I don't know why I want to share it really. I could just look at them on my phone or my laptop, but don't think I'm putting them out there for likes. I just like sharing my work and getting feedback on it, I guess. Which is why I do these videos on YouTube, which is why I do these kind of street photography videos, because it's a great place for me to think about my images, to analyze them, to get them out there, to get comments and feedback, and just to explore different parts of photography that aren't kind of business related. So some of the images that are in this video coming up are, quite frankly, images that I wouldn't share anyway, to be honest. But it's kind of the process behind them, the thinking behind some of the images. And I suppose in order to make a street photography video, you've got to put kind of the images you take up throughout the day. So there's only really 2 or 3 images, probably that I'd be proud of sharing anywhere else coming up in this video. But anyway, welcome to another video. Welcome to our YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Ryan Hunter. I'm a photographer based here in the UK. For anyone returning, welcome back, and I hope you're liking the new style of videos. This week I was back out on the streets of North England, so I was out in Newcastle doing some street photography. Didn't really have much light this week, but still nice to be out with a camera, just feeling very present. Something about walking around in crowded places, especially when you're looking through the lens of your camera and you're looking for moments and kind of absorbing everything that's going on, that you feel very present. I only realised when I got it back in the car to drive home that my mind hadn't been on anything else other than kind of the job at hand, which was photography and observation during the day. So really great way of zoning out and just being very present. So as always, I've took you along with me. The GoPro is strapped to my chest, and I'm going to talk you through some of the images that I took on the day. As I said, it's only 1 or 2 I'd probably share anywhere else, but see how you feel about it. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. It takes you like 0 seconds to do, and it really helps the channel out. Please like and subscribe, and if you've got any comments, leave them in the comment section. And yeah, let's get out in the tune. So, first shot of the day, always a bit of a test shot, a bit of a shot to nothing. Kind of thought this lady's coat and her dress kind of matched the colours of the shop front. It was a bit too far away to capture it. That guy's kind of framed in the door, and the guy with the blue and the red on. Yeah, they really work. Into this awesome little market space. It's really early on in the day here. Kind of got the architecture caught my eye more than the people in this area, so I wanted to capture. Really like the shape of the roof and those leading lines, so I wanted to kind of capture that without getting people in the shot. Yeah, not bowled over with that shot. This shot of this dude doing his jewellery as well. Could have been more square on for that. Definitely should have been. Walking past the butchers. Again, don't mind this shot. Quite like the spacing and the butchers either side. Walking outside, it's a bit of a preacher vibe going on here. You see this moment with these guys here. Some are finding religion. Obviously going through some struggles in life. But one thing is I found out I'm just not close enough to capture kind of the intimacy of these moments. You've got to get up close and personal with these 35mm, 28mm lenses, and props out there to those photojournalists who get right into their subject matter in these shots. Again, nice moment here with this young man, and well, he's a preacher finding religion, so just not close enough to capture the moment fully. Another example here. But again, nice moment. You can see a scene going on here, but just not close enough. Just love the architecture of this arcade.
again, bit of a Wes Anderson vibe going on, like my shot in Leeds last week. Go check out last week's video for street photography in Leeds. Bit of an architectural shot here, like the reflection of this building in the building on the left hand side, and everything's nicely spaced and has its own space within that image. Random dude on a bike, kind of spells bike in the background, a nice white background. Don't know why I took this image, it is garbage, but why not put it in award-winning image? Not. To be perfectly honest, I was pretty uninspired at this point in the day. I was still having a great time just walking around and being present, but I was uninspired with my photography, and there was no light to speak of, and I'm not really about getting in people's faces for those kind of street portraits, kind of the Bruce Gilden style stuff. So I was and I wasn't just about taking random images of random things. I was looking for story and composition. I'm trying to put intent into my photography and make sure that kind of I take photographs that I think are worth taking, rather than just pressing the shutter and looking to edit them in post. This guy here was sat by a coffee advert. The kind of the colours of his clothes kind of married in with the advert. The red to the right hand side kind of matched with his red bag. Composition not great, but kind of the colours have add something to this image. I don't really know. I'd eaten by this point and I was a new man. This guy absolutely ripping it up on a rental scooter. This guy just cool AF. The hat, the red shoes, the red neckerchief, style, and the red door frame as well, married up nicely with his attire. Hope I have a 10th of his style when I'm in my... You know what, I wish I had a 10th of his style now, let's be honest. These ladies were out for a night on the Toon. I was just trying to find some form of interesting way to photograph them, using this reflection on the left and trying to frame them within that, under the bridge on the right hand side. Didn't really work. Hashtag symmetry. Then heading down towards the waterfront under this awesome bridge. I don't know if this is the Tyne Bridge, so if you're from the northeast and it's not, please don't persecute me. Kind of like the abstract, kind of the girders underneath. Is this street photography? I don't think so, but quite like the image. Look at all the pigeons just chilling out on there. 3 people on bikes, not very interesting. Dude playing the harpsichord. It's brave enough to get a bit close to him to get that portrait, but should have spent a bit more time there. Baltic market galleries. This is where the day started to get a bit more interesting, and I started to enjoy my photography a lot more. There's much more elements to play with and kind of work with in this image. As you can see here, using this leading line to capture this couple walking down.
It's alright.
Cool looking couple, kind of nicely framed in this image. I went for the interesting crop, probably could have kept their heads on. Again, just leading lines up to the Baltic market. I'm guessing on a busy day and when the weather's nice here, you can have a bit of a field day with street photography around this area. So many ways to frame your images, tons of leading lines. I actually took this next shot from the bit on the right hand side of this frame, just to find a different way of shooting the galleries rather than just a standard head-on frame. Had a lot of fun hanging out in this stairwell here. Some interesting light, and just really nice ways to frame the image. As you can see there, we've got that nice window frame letting some beautiful lighting. So I was trying to silhouette a subject against that. As you can see here, dude in a hat, looking pretty cool. Love the lines in that image, and just kind of a good area to just chill out and just look for the right subject. See here, another guy coming down in the hat. I was just going to wait for him to walk through the frame as well. Same image as the last one, just looking the other way. This, probably my favourite image of the day, just something very different. The light in this room was incredibly interesting. Obviously it's just a red room of this artifact, but this dude sat appreciating the art, looked like he had the world on his shoulders. He was obviously quite emotional as well, about taking in what was going on in this room. It was a very kind of emotive scene, and I just love the negative space and kind of the emotion in that image with the red lighting as well. Was just kind of ultra dramatic, and really like that image. Just headed back out into the stairwell, just to capture some more subjects, kind of walking into frame. I really like this style of photography, using the lines and the kind of the architecture to frame subjects. You can see here, I love the diagonals in this, and then framing them in that window, and then looking down, just capturing that little patch of light. Some amazing exhibitions on show in this gallery. If you ever go to Newcastle, go check it out. Baltic Market Galleries. This was just absolutely beautiful. This was almost like this was an audio experience as well as visual experience. You can see there that the thing that caught my eye in this room was that blue umbrella with the shadow cast on the wall. That's right up my street and my style. Using highlights and shadows to get drama in a photograph. So kind of cheating going to take a picture of this because it was set up beautifully, but just a really calming image that I had to get a photograph of. Back outside now. You wanted to use this to create some negative space on the left hand side. Dude in a suit walking through. Quite like this image. Again, these girls walking through. Could really see this as a great location for a portrait shoot with a couple. Be great, some great wedding photos I think you could have in using that negative space. Line of orange scooters, had to take a photograph. Don't know why. Bright orange, interesting. Kind of like all the helmets lined up. I'm still surprised they're all still intact as well. And then final image of the day was I don't know, these guys just had interesting footwear on, kind of contrasted with the standard footwear that the crew in front of them had on. I thought there was a little bit of contrast in that image, but nothing to write home about. And then that was it. That was 4 hours street photography done and dusted, and then I was back to the car and back home.